The Real Monica Adams Show is brought to you by Exist Stretch. Stop by for your free consultation and 30-minute introductory stretch today.
Well, good morning and happy Thursday. Finally, back home with you, and thank you for bringing me into your home. Excited to kick your day off. Now, this is going to be a really interesting show today. This may be a first ever as you're tuning in. Trust me when I tell you, you do not want to miss the rest of this show. So we're going to give you some weather, a little news you can use, what's happening on the day today. Heading into Mother's Day, here's the question I have for all of you. What are you doing for Mother's Day? And have you realized that it's 3 days away? Right? We have 3 more days before we get into showering our mothers with all the love that they so greatly deserve. But I'd love to know, is there anything unique that you're doing with Mom this year? So I let my brother make the plans. I love that. So thank you, Craig. He came up with some ideas of taking Mom to brunch after church and then maybe hanging somewhere else. So we've got some definite plans to make sure that Mom knows how much she is loved. I've got an idea for you. When you buy those candles and flowers and maybe perfume, even some jewelry, whatever you're getting Mom, slip her a card as well to Exist Stretch. If you don't know, Exist Stretch is our title sponsor. We've been gushing on how incredible they are, and I love the fact that so many of you have told me that you have actually been in already and that it was a game changer. So Exist Stretch is our official sponsor, and again, what can you expect? Well, you walk in the doors, whether you go to the one in St. Louis Hills, which is this, or you go to the one in Arnold, which is inside of Exist Fitness. The first stretch completely on them, but right now with the special that they're running, which is 3 for $99, you actually get, the way you look at it, is 4 for $99. Stretching, and it is not you stretching on your own, but it is the team at Exist Stretch doing it for you, unlocking your body. The power of professional stretching, it really is a game changer. And I want to thank them also for their hero package pricing that they have for all those first responders out there. Make sure that you tell them that they are going to be taken care of as well. ExistStretch.com and then at Exist Stretch on social media. As I mentioned, pick the location that works for you and then spread the word about how life-changing it is. Again, every single day we're like this, not doing the best things for our body. So let's change that. All right, good morning to all of you. Feel free to say hello to your community and then tell us where you're watching from. I'd like to know just how far and wide. If again, whether you're live or maybe you catch this later, let us know where you're watching. And then if you take us on vacation, you tell your family and friends to wake up to some positivity. I love you for that. So again, thank you to you. And then thank you to all of these incredible people. And by the way, that list is growing as we get into June as well. Can you do me a favor? Welcome aboard Fenton Family Dentistry, because that is our latest in this list of growing sponsors. These are people who know the value of this show, the positivity and the inspiration that we bring to each and every one of you on a daily basis. And then we have another new sponsor starting in June. So if you would like to be a part of this growing list, shoot me a message. We'll have a meeting at info@therealmonicaadams.com. There you go, Fenton Family Dentistry. I'm actually going there today. Can't wait to sit down with Dr. Jessica, as well see the dog that has calmed so many people from day one. I love this. Fenton Family Dentistry, by the way, located in Fenton, 552 Old Smizer Mill Road, and you get a chance to get to know that gorgeous family and Dr. Jessica and Abe, and yes, there's the dog. The dog is put to work, by the way. Look at this.
Ladies, I'm trying to do my work today. Leave me alone type shift.
Okay, again, I'm going to go there. And then Abe is actually going to be on our Medical Monday coming up next Monday. So be sure to tune in for that. And like I said, now or Monday or both, tell them welcome aboard and tell them how much fun they're going to have being a part of this show. All right, what's the weather looking like today? But more importantly, as you make those Mother's Day plans, here you go. For today, 69, and we're not mentioning rain at all. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? 69 degrees today, 51 for the low tonight. Now tomorrow, some afternoon rain and storms. We'll be checking in with our aspiring meteorologist Beckett Moore to see if his forecast matches that of our friends over at KMOV. So they're saying 76 and some rain and storms possibly. 52 for a low as we head into the weekend. Saturday's my pick day of the weekend. 81 degrees. I think we're going to be heading out to the winery. Definitely going to stop by our favorite winery, Defiance Ridge Vineyards, but we might pop around and help all the different small businesses out in Augusta and Defiance. 81, 59 for a low, and then here you go. Mother's Day, a 50% chance of a morning shower, but then it should be out of the way. A little chillier though, so mom will be grabbing a little shawl or a little jacket or sweater. 72 for the high. We get into Monday, again, beautiful, 73 degrees and sunshine. Tuesday, just a very slight chance of rain, 79 for the high, and then Wednesday, 81. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, expect low to mid 80s and only small chances of rain on all of those days. Again, good morning. If you're just tuning in, we start off with some weather in our immediate area. And we also want to tell you if there's ever something that could slow you down when you hit the roads. And this one May, MoDOT's closing a section of Interstate 70 starting on May 11th, lasting for 3 weeks. So don't say you haven't been warned. 70's closures will affect westbound drivers at Route Z. Closures taking place in 15-minute durations between 9 and 2. So if you're backed up and you're wondering why, heading in and out of St. Charles County, that's the reason. It's part of the project that aims to widen I-70. According to MoDOT, there will be 1 to 3 closures per day on 70 and Route Z. So heads up to our Lake St. Louis, our Wentzville, our Forestell, all of you out west. Again, that is coming your way. So you have been warned. All right. I told you that we will continue to bring you more information on this. And some of you stopped me yesterday saying, this is the first time I've ever heard of it on your show. Well, we will continue to update you. The WHO is saying they have confirmed hantavirus cases from the cruise ship, now rising to 5. We told you about this yesterday. 2 patients with hantavirus, one suspected of infection, were evacuated yesterday from the ship at the center of the deadly outbreak. The ship then departed Cape Verde with nearly 150 people on board, isolated in their cabins, and headed to Spain's Canary Islands. Now, the Associated Press footage had showed health workers in protective gear evacuating 3 patients. 2 arrived at Amsterdam's airport Wednesday night. They were taken to separate hospitals. 3 people, as I told you yesterday, have already died. 1 body remained on the ship, according to the World Health Organization. Of 8 recorded cases, 5 were confirmed by lab testing. Now, if you did not hear this yesterday, let me go a little bit more in depth. Hantavirus usually spreads by inhaling contaminated rodent droppings and can spread person to person, though that is rare, according to the WHO. Their top epidemic expert said the risk to the public is low. Health officials in Europe and Africa trying to identify people who may have had contact with those who earlier left the ship. And that departed, by the way, April 1st from South America for stops in Antarctica and several remote Atlantic islands. Okay, officials say those still on board show no symptoms as of right now. As I mentioned, I have a feeling that we are going to have something about this in our news every single day as more information continues to come out about this. And I know there's a lot of people that are just hearing it saying, well, this is a little scary. Is this going to go beyond that? I know they're saying it's rare, but that means it's still possible. So as I have more information, of course, I will pass that along to you. Okay, another recall in our news today. A snack mix at Target and other stores is being recalled yet again, like we had yesterday, over a salmonella concern. The John B. Sanfilippo and Son products were sold under the brands Fisher, Squirrel Brand, and Southern Style Nuts in retail stores, online, also in QVC, by the way. The recall also includes Good and Gather brand Mexican Street Corn Trail Mix, which was sold at Target. And we're all talking about that dry milk powder. Again, all of these recalls over the last few days has been because of that. So, of course, if you have it, you are told to throw it away, or wherever you got it from, take it back to that store for a full refund. Okay, have you ever wanted to know what it would look like inside of a $3 million mansion? Okay, it's always fun to, we used to all love, I don't know about you, but I can say that I did. I used to love watching lifestyles of the rich and famous. And, those are like 10 and 15 and $40 million homes. But this one just popped up for sale. And so I am going to send this to our dear friend, Dot Fleshman, who does our real estate show once a month. This is inside of a Frontenac estate with a massive 5,500-gallon aquarium inside. Just take a look at these photos. Okay, my husband and I, we always just drive around, or if we're on the boat and we go to the lake, we're constantly going, what do these people do? Right? My husband's like, definitely, he always says this. That is definitely not an officer's house. Look at that. That's their own little aquarium in the back. Again, now this I love. This is probably my favorite picture. That's inside of a person's home. I mean, that looks like we're at the St. Louis Zoo, doesn't it? Isn't that neat? You go down in the basement, you're expecting maybe a rec room, maybe a bar's down there, maybe a gym, like in ours, it's a gym. They have their own aquarium. Is that a shower? Oh no, that's just a light. I was like, is that a shower? Look at this. Now, I think I have a really cool gym for our clients. It's nothing like that. They've got their own court here. Look at this. Again, if you're just tuning in, oh my gosh, I'm seeing these with you for the first time. I'm just going through, okay, that's pretty. I've been to homes that look like that in a basement, but all the rest of this. Okay, there you go. There's a really good view of their lower level. They've got foosball, they've got table tennis, then they got their gathering area, and then, oh yeah, they have an aquarium. Do you know the people who own this, by the way? Oh, they got a pool table. It's pretty, isn't it? Yeah. There's like 40 something pictures of this. It had just popped up on the market in Frontenac. So if you've got an extra $3 million just hanging around, nice closets. I bet you those are from St. Louis Closet Company. If you have friends that want to go in together, this could be your getaway house. This could be your party house. All right, enough. This just makes me jealous. Again, inside a 2.998, so they can't even say $3 million Frontenac estate, massive 5,500-gallon aquarium inside of that. What do you think? I haven't had a chance to go to comments yet. Tell me what you think about that. And can we just guess? What does the person do that owns that? All right, Cardinals fans. The Cardinals lost, unfortunately. The final to the Milwaukee Brewers was 6-2 yesterday. And I'm loving some of the things on tap for our National Day of calendar. First and foremost, it is National Day of Prayer. And you know, we're very big on our devotionals. We will have that at the end of today's show. It's National Tourism Day. How ironic. I was just thinking we are going to Alabama for a wedding. I can't wait to get away to our southern family very soon. We're also talking about going to Las Vegas. If my dear friend Todd sees this, he's going to be like, wait, what? You didn't tell me this. Yep, Dot and her husband and me and Jim, we're getting away to Vegas. National School Nurse Day. I love that. We were just talking about nurses. It's the Wednesday of National Nurses Week. National Barrier Awareness Day. It is National Paste Up Day. And just a couple more for you. National Roast Leg of Lamb Day. And then National Packaging Design Day. So, yeah, speaking of tourism, I then realized that we need to schedule our trip to Cabo or to postpone it and go into next year. Just been crazy busy, right? Trying to figure out when you get away. But do any of you have trips planned? Are you excited about something that's coming up? Remember to take the Real Monica Adams Show with you so that you can still wake up to positivity no matter where you are. So we are on Facebook as well as LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, X, Rumble, Instagram. Be sure to share the show and make sure you're clicking follow. I even have some family and friends that swear, well, of course I'm following you, Monica. You know, you're my family. I was like, it still says pending next to your name. That's how you get notified, by the way. You click on that follow button. All right, before we take a break and then we get into our feature of the day, which I mentioned, this is definitely a first ever. You've never seen this on the Real Monica Adams Show. We could not get more real. All right, let's see what everybody's saying. Good morning, Sean. First on this morning. Kathleen, good morning. Linda, Shar, Julie, Coach Abe, woot woot. We love the positive vibes. Augie's ready to say hi. So please do me a favor and welcome Coach Abe and Dr. Jessica to the Real Monica Adams Show. He's coming in as part of Fenton Family Dentistry on Monday. So Augie, by the way, you're going to get to know really, really well. That is the dog that helps calm and just put you at ease when you're going in. I personally love going to the dentist. I'm just going to say that. Debbie, good morning to you. Luann, good morning. Cindy, beautiful sunny morning. Amen. What do they do for a living? Right? I told you, Julie. She said, not a police officer. I love you, honey. We don't need that big house. I wouldn't actually want it. I've always said if I had that kind of money, I would just want to travel and I would want to donate to incredible organizations. That's my heart. We bought the St. Martin trip, but you picked Puerto Rico. We're going to go to St. Martin in 27. We're going on a Hawaiian cruise later this year. Love it. Keep them coming in because, again, it makes us all realize the importance of slowing down and getting together with family, getting together with dear friends. And please make it happen. I'm going to lunch with a friend I haven't seen in a long, long time that I used to work with at WIL. And I just smiled and saw it on my calendar and went, yes, we're making it happen. Next week, by the way, we are going to be at Barrel House. And if you haven't been yet, this is going to be one of our mobile Monicas. It's in Baldwin, located on Clayton Road. And I'm telling you, Mother's Day, last minute ideas. If you've got a mom who loves bourbons and scotches and honestly, just getting away to somewhere beautiful, this is the place that they're going to want to go. BarrelHouseSTL.com. Check them out. More importantly, get in there. They've got some really cool events coming up. If you haven't been, creating your own blend, picking your own bottle, putting the label on, and naming your own blend. It is 14748 Clayton Road in Baldwin. Again, BarrelHouseSTL.com. They're open Wednesday through Friday from 4 to 9, and then on the weekend, so this weekend, it's going to be beautiful, 1 to 9 on Saturday, and on Sunday, 12 to 6. Now, you might want to check with them just in case the hours are a little switched for Mother's Day. But get in there and support Barrel House. And then, love this. After you enjoy some time there, wouldn't it be nice to have your own sauna, a hot tub, cold plunge, all of those things when you come home or you continue the party? Well, you can get that from our friends at Spas and More.
What if you could start your day feeling loose, relaxed, and ready? Deep hydrotherapy right in your backyard. No commute, no appointments, just warmth, relief whenever you need it. Sore muscles recover faster, tight joints loosen up, tension you carry all day, gone. Relax with your family or friends, or work out with our Michael Phelps Edition Swim Spas. Worried about maintenance? We have factory-trained service nearby whenever you need it. Plus, we're here for you long-term if you have any questions or need to refill supplies. You can even test spas at our showrooms. Spas and More, A+ rated, locally owned for 20 years. We put the ah in spa.
Monica, we're so excited. We're going to be on the show.
I can't wait. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Mark, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is beautiful. Oh, I can't wait to sit down and learn everything about cigars. Hey everyone, welcome into the Real Monica Adams Show inside of LacyJean Mobile Cigar Lounge. This is super cool. We have Samantha and Mark Robinson. Yep. Never, ever, ever has this ever taken place on the show before, nor have I ever lit it up. Light it up and pass it, right? Come on, let's sing the song. Nelly, we need you to come. Come on,
That's
represent
right.
St. Louis.
That's
Well,
right.
first of all, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
This is so amazing. I first saw you team up, and I'm all about small business, supporting small business. Yeah. You teamed up with Tiara with the Wine Cafe.
Absolutely,
Yes.
we did. Yes.
And that's when I first saw you. I love her, by the way. We're still talking about doing something with them, but I'm like, what's this? So we've been talking about this for a little while now, and we decided, let's do it now on one of the biggest bookings you guys have had. So we're going to talk about where we are and what's taking place today. But I want to know the story behind this. This is super cool. So this has been in existence for a year and a half now?
I would say, yep, just about a year and a half. Yep.
Okay, so are you both cigar smokers, first of all?
Yes.
We are.
Definitely.
How many years now?
Probably a little over 20.
20 years?
I would say I'm at about 12.
About 12?
Yeah.
So how did you get introduced to cigar smoking?
Mm.
He's trying to remember.
I really don't. Probably just partying, just hanging out with the fellas. And
yeah. And you just light it up and pass it around one day.
You didn't pass it, but you lit it up. And
you can't share.
No, you don't share.
What about you? How did you get introduced?
I was out as well, and I was very just every now and then smoker. But then when I met him, I did start to smoke a little bit more, and I started to try different cigars. And I'm like, okay, I actually like this.
So my husband's a cigar smoker, and so it's funny because people are like, "Well, you don't like the smell of cigarettes," and I said, "There's a world of difference."
Very different.
World of difference.
Right?
Very different.
And where our studios are, they have a speakeasy, cigar lounge. I go in there regularly. I'm like, it smells so good in here.
Yeah.
So again, if you have not been around it for a while, you might want to see where they're going to be, and then just immerse yourself around it and introduce yourself. So it was funny because I was like, I have to have one in my hand. There's a whole art to it all. First of all, am I even holding it right?
Well, you probably wouldn't hold it like that when you're smoking. Maybe when you're lighting it.
Okay, when you're lighting it?
Yeah, but I normally hold it like this.
Like a pencil?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Look at this is an education.
Some people are different.
Yeah,
okay, so let me see. So see, hers is more delicate.
Yes.
Like feminine. Now look at Mark's. Yeah, he means business over there.
Absolutely.
And yours is darker.
Yes.
Hers is same coloring, but look at mine's fat and short.
Absolutely.
So when you're looking, and when I was buying cigars for my husband, I'm trying to surprise him. And I'm like, I don't even know. I just think it sounds like a pretty name.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you're...
Or the wrapper
right?
looks
The
nice,
wrapper,
you know?
which is like going into wine. You guys have some wine up here, and
That's
it's like
right.
people look at labels and they don't know what they're doing. So when you first got introduced to it, was it a darker one? Was it a longer one? Was it a shorter one? And then how do you evolve from there?
For me, it was a darker one. I really didn't evolve. I kind of stayed with
You stayed with. So what is the darker one?
This is the Maduro.
Okay.
It's a stronger cigar. So all of them going to be different.
Right.
And just because it's light doesn't mean it's not strong either.
Okay.
Most of the time, though, it is going to be a more mild cigar.
If it's
with
lighter?
a lighter wrapper.
But not always.
Not always, no.
What is the one I have?
That's
a mild.
Connecticut. That's a mild Connecticut.
Mild Connecticut.
Yeah.
And what is the one you have?
It's a mild Connecticut as well. Yeah.
So what's the difference between the fact that this one's shorter? Is it just the fact that I don't have to smoke it as long?
Some people like that fact that it's going to be a quicker smoke.
Okay.
Maybe they need to go somewhere, or they just want to smoke for a little while.
And you don't want to waste it.
And you don't want to
That's
waste
right.
it. You just get something like that.
So this would take approximately how long?
20, 30 minutes.
And then what about these?
This
And
one,
it kind of depends. I mean, some people smoke for a few minutes and they set it down for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So it might take you a couple of hours to smoke a cigar.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also funny.
But I evolved though.
But some people smoke.
Mine evolved. My
In
palate.
what way?
It evolved. So I started off, and which a lot of women do. There are a lot of women smokers.
I know. I wanted to get into that.
Yeah, but I started off with flavored cigars, and there was just like the grape and the different flavors, and then eventually, as I started to smoke more. And be around him more, I started to evolve.
She's like, I want to join the club.
Just like wine, wine connoisseurs,
right.
they do evolve their palate. And so then I do not typically smoke anything flavored anymore. I did go to the mild, and then I even go to darker cigars sometimes, depending on the cigar. Not as strong as him, but yeah.
This is exactly, you all know that we do our Wet Your Whistle Wednesday, and we always talk about the evolution of someone first being introduced to wine or
Absolutely.
spirits or whatever, and then all of a sudden your palate changes.
Yes.
And then lifestyle changes, and then you're pairing it with things. The evolution of it, I think, is amazing. So, again, if you're just tuning in, we are inside of LacyJean Mobile Cigar Lounge with Samantha and Mark Robinson. We're going to walk you through this, and we're going to tell you where they are, how you can find them. How did this all come about, though? So what were you doing, I should say, before you decided to get the entrepreneurial spirit and say, we're going in?
Yeah. So we do work 9 to 5 still. And our pastime is normally going to cigar lounges. We would go to different cities. We would try different cigar lounges and different cigars and just interact with the cigar community here in St. Louis and then in other places. And so that is really what kind of had sparked the idea. We wanted to get into the cigar business, but we wanted to do something a little bit different. And so we thought, mobile? Why not bring the experience to customers? So yeah.
Is there anybody else doing anything like that here in our area?
I think there are some other folks that are doing it
Not as well. Good as these two.
But yeah,
No one does it
yeah,
better.
we're having a good time. We're having a good time.
You know what? And that's all that matters, right?
Absolutely.
When you think I'm going into work, it's like I want to love what I'm doing. So from a year and a half ago when you first started, what was the very first event? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was a table event at a small bar, and we did not have this lounge yet.
Okay.
So that wasn't even, we were working
Well,
on
I think
it.
we had the lounge, it just wasn't ready.
Yeah, we were working on it.
Yeah.
So.
And then so
Mhm.
from that first,
From that
yeah.
first event, and then it just really, we were trying to get our brand out there, get folks to know who we are. And so we were doing more of those table events at different parties and things like that. But then as the lounge started to come about, we were slowly marketing it and letting folks know, hey, this is coming. And so then when people would have festivals and different types of events like that, we started to get into those things and just really get our brand, get that exposure out there. And then as a result of that, people started to say, hey, what is that?
Exactly.
I never heard of anything like this. And so now we're getting booked for private events, birthday parties and weddings. And yes,
golf
we did some
events,
weddings, we
right?
did golf events. Yes, we started to do things like that. And we have, initially we did contact people and say, hey, this is what we do and that kind of thing. But over time here, we've been able to get out there enough to where people are contacting us. So
that means you've arrived.
Yeah.
Here's
somewhat.
Well, this is the cool thing. I'm going to say you have, because I love this. I asked Samantha, I said, how did this event, which is taking place at Union Station in St. Louis, how did they find you? She said Google, which means you guys are doing a great job with the reviews.
Absolutely.
That's having them, get up high in the Google reviews.
Yes.
And then they reached out. So the event that you are tied to here today is the International
Association for Arson Investigators.
How amazing is that?
Yes.
And they sponsored to have you all here.
Yes.
Because, yes, we all want to party and have fun, but it's also safety. It's also
Absolutely.
being very smart about it, which you all get.
Yes.
That's what this conference is all about. So this is the big first international conference. Because there's people in from China and Brazil.
Yes.
really?
It is. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all
11,000
over.
members, they said.
11,000 members across the world. Yes.
And there's a lot that are in here. They've been in through St. Louis. So when you got that call, take me to that day of, Mark, we got this call.
I know. So it did come through. The call came in, and we were working with the event organizer here, and he said, hey, we're having this big event here in St. Louis, and we'd love to have you guys out. We had worked with a previous cigar lounge before, and hadn't been able to really reach them, so we found you on Google, and we'd love to have you guys at this event. And so, yes, I was very excited, especially after he told me how many attendees, 800 attendees here at one of our biggest events for sure. And they wanted the full gamut. So this is an immersive experience. This is what we do, not just cigars, but a whole experience. And so they wanted the lounge. They wanted an outdoor setup, which we'll have for them. They wanted personalized cigars with their actual their conference name on it. So we were able to provide all of that for them. So, and
that's what they can do for you, by the way. This
Absolutely.
is what we always ask you to share the shows, because you never know who's going to see it. That will then in turn book them.
Sure.
And they're mobile, right? So they can travel anywhere. Give me some stories, Mark, of guys and girls. And I love the fact that Samantha said that, because I think old school mindset is it's the old boys club, right? It's only the guys that are smoking. What stood out to you as far as memories that you've all had a chance to create over the last year and a half?
Memories. I mean, I guess just some of the events we've done, like we did Mardi Gras.
Very cool.
That was crazy.
I'm sure
Mardi
it
Gras
was.
crazy. That's we did a swim party.
Oh yeah.
On the south side. Yeah, that was crazy. Their parking there was crazy. Just backing into their driveway.
Yeah.
Was crazy.
Yeah. How big is this?
It's about 28, 30 feet.
And so when because you said you started with the table party, but then you evolved to getting all of this. How hard was it to get it all ready? Because I walked through, and you're going to see this whole thing. I walked through and went straight back to back, and immediately was drawn to vinyl. Right, the vinyl covers of incredible music. You are using that to cover up what? The
plumbing and the water heater and. Yeah.
You're very creative.
Thank you.
That was very smart. Are these songs and artists that you have listened to?
Without a doubt. Yeah, Motown, without a doubt.
everything. There's no better music. I don't care what you say. I'm going to argue with you all day long. Motown, R&B, soul is incredible. And you have a tie to Barbara Carr. First of all, I'm sorry for the loss.
Yes.
But how cool is this? Tell us about Barbara.
Absolutely, yes. Barbara Carr was my grandmother. She did recently pass away, but she has a long lineage of blues history here, blues music here in St. Louis and beyond. And she's traveled overseas and sang with some real powerhouses, Oliver Sane, and just done a lot here. So we wanted to honor her in that way and be a part of our experience.
Now, I'm going to start looking up some more Barbara Carr music.
Yes.
Roberta Flack's back there, Marvin Gaye. I mean, some good music.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We are inside of the LacyJean Mobile Cigar Lounge that can come to you for weddings, for birthdays, for anniversaries, golf events, art galleries, VIP events.
Absolutely.
Make it an experience. They'll do that for you. Again, Samantha and Mark Robinson. We'll have more on the Real Monica Adams Show when we return.
What if you could start your day feeling loose, relaxed, and ready? Deep hydrotherapy right in your backyard. Relax with your family or friends, or work out with our Michael Phelps Edition Swim Spas. Worried about maintenance? We have factory-trained service nearby whenever you need it. Plus, we're here for you long-term if you have any questions or need to refill supplies. You can even test spas at our showrooms. Spas and More, A+ rated, locally owned for 20 years. We put the ah in spa.
Welcome back to the Real Monica Adams Show inside of the LacyJean Mobile Cigar Lounge. It's so cool, and I love the fact that during this international conference, they were parked right outside of Union Station, and already someone knocking on the door. Well, I want your cars, right? I love the fact that people see it, and it's just like you can think about the very first food truck. And people were like, what the heck is that?
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Now, all of this, they get to be leaders in the fact that others that think, I want to do something like that.
Yeah.
How cool is that, right? So it's all about paying it forward. Okay, so the whole aspect of putting this all together, how long did it take?
Ooh, it took a little while to find the right one.
What were you looking for?
One that had the slide out in the middle.
Okay.
Found that. We bought it, and then it took about 3 or 4 months to get it.
But even
Right.
before that, what we did want was something that felt warm, cozy already, that we didn't have to do a whole lot of that kind of work to. And so that part was important. We wanted it to feel like a cigar lounge, and
Right.
with the colors and things like that. And so that did take a second to find the right one. But yeah, when we did, like in terms of construction, I don't know how long, honey.
Yeah, 3 or 4 months.
3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
And then once you have it and you're like, okay, we've got the bones of it all. Now we want to design. Is it both of you together as far as what you wanted inside? One more than the other?
No, we just kind of found furniture and decided on color scheme and
Yeah, I love this. You did it. You nailed it.
Yes,
It very much so.
Whatever made you feel cozy,
Yes.
and just, I want to stay here forever, which people do.
Yeah, you got to kick them out. It's
We
time
do
to
have
go.
to always kick
Sometimes.
people out.
sometimes.
So people might be saying, okay, well, how do I make this all happen? Give them all the information, because we haven't done that yet, as far as where they can find you, where to follow you, how to book.
Absolutely. So we are on all social media platforms except for TikTok. I'm working on that. But we are on Instagram, LacyJean Mobile Cigar Lounge. And then also we are on Facebook. It is LacyJean Entertainment on Facebook. And then, of course, you can Google us, www.LacyJeanMobileCigarLounge.com, or you can just type in LacyJean and we should pop up there as well.
Immediately.
Yes, absolutely. So, yeah, we can answer any questions from our website and all that good stuff. Every event is unique and different, so we do like to personally talk to the customers and the clients and understand exactly what it is that they're trying to curate for their event, so we can make it personal, make sure that they know all we offer. So,
and we went into the break and I said this, I want you to think of an event, and people every year, like, let's talk about some charity events, and they're like, what can we incorporate next year? How do we level up?
Absolutely.
This is it.
This is
This
it.
is
Right?
it.
So you want to make more money for nonprofits? Think of an hour before everybody else comes in, or
Absolutely.
an hour and a half, a VIP experience.
Very much so.
Right?
Yeah.
And I hope
Cocktail hour.
Yes.
Yes.
And then again, we mentioned the weddings, anniversaries. This is a unique aspect of getting a bunch of people together. Bachelor and bachelorette parties.
Yes.
Have you done a lot of those?
We've done a couple of those, and I mean, you can't. These venues now, you cannot smoke in these venues, and so this is that element where people can feel exclusive and just away from the crowd, and it's not causing any issues with the venue you're at. So.
It's crazy. And my husband's always said that. He's like, oh my gosh, okay, you feel like banished to the outside.
Yes, right. Or you got to freeze on the outside, and then we're heated and we're air conditioned here. So
what is the range? Like, obviously, as you mentioned, the Union Station, this conference, they booked you for the whole experience.
Yeah.
Take us from like a range, if somebody's going to book you, a price range.
Yeah. So we do. It is going to vary. It's going to vary by how many people are we're going to be servicing at the event. But typical range for, like, let's say a birthday party, it would be for 3 hour minimum of service, $850 for 3 hour minimum of service. And then we do also do cigar bar table setups too. So that's also an element. And that's more around the $400 range.
And so they just kind of, they can a la carte.
They can a la carte.
Custom.
Yes, they can. They can customize it. And then if we have to, if we're traveling, because we just don't stay in St. Louis, we do go to Illinois, we do go further out in Missouri, and so there would be travel fees that would be a part of that, things like that.
You guys should get that.
Yeah, absolutely. So it just varies. Yeah.
About
we go to
a little over an hour so far.
Yeah, we went to Dittmer, Missouri for a wedding.
How far will you go?
What would you say?
It depends.
It depends.
You'll go as long as they pay the travel fees.
Yeah, it depends. So we'll be open. Like, if you have something going on, we just need plenty of time in advance.
We need to then do the next level, because we all know it's going to be like Jetsons. We have to let this take off and fly.
That's right. That's right.
Look, Mark's like, you're giving me ideas.
That's right.
Look, we're talking about cigars, but it's not just that. It is also from a high-end liquor aspect. So tell us about that.
So we actually are partnering with a whiskey bourbon brand with Uncle Nearest.
Yeah.
And so we do add that element in for customers. People like to pair their cigar with a good bourbon or whiskey. Yeah, so we do like to have that here for folks to be able to indulge in as well.
So I've already, in my mind, I've already got something working of introducing you to someone that we are featuring in just a couple of weeks, and they're like, I love this idea. So Barrel House.
Oh, nice.
Do you know about them?
Yeah.
So they are absolutely wanting us to connect you. Because again, they're right there, and they're like, oh, well, they would just be parked out. I said, yes, that way they're making their own whiskey inside, and then they can smoke in the cigar outside.
Absolutely.
So I want you all to think, businesses, hey, this is a whole nother level of something that we can do.
Right.
So when they come in, they are buying the cigars from you, right? Or are they bringing their own, or both? So
if they're booking our lounge, they can bring their own cigars. It's fine. But most people usually do patronize.
Yeah.
But we have personalized cigar packages that they can also do as well. So if you want a set amount of cigars, like for instance, at this conference we're at, they purchased like cigars. Like 750 cigars, and he wrapped them, and they actually.
How long did that take?
I don't want to say.
It was like
I had to take a lot of breaks.
Yeah,
I bet.
750.
Yeah.
Did you help him?
Well,
no.
Look at that no.
I was working, and so
he's like, so was I.
You
didn't call any of your buddies?
No, it took a while.
Dang.
But it has their actual conference name on the cigars, so we're able to do things like that. A lot of people will do that for weddings. They'll add that personal touch, and they'll have their wedding date and their new last name on the cigars and things like that. So they can do a la carte cigar packages as well. Otherwise, they would just be purchasing and going.
Where do you get your cigars from?
We have a couple of wholesalers, California, and I think the other one's Detroit right now. I mean, there's plenty of wholesalers.
Yeah.
You just have to sign up with them.
Are they more
Get an
unique,
account.
or is it brands that they would know, like that might show up in like Cigar Aficionado or something like that?
Oh,
Yes?
yeah, without a doubt, yeah.
It's usually the brand. People look for brands that they recognize. They come in and they say, I want this one, and we got to have it.
But then do you also, because this is what I love, and again, let me reintroduce, I know you people are all signing in every second, Samantha and Mark Robinson, owners of LacyJean Mobile Cigar Lounge. As you are introduced and you start to find ones that you like, I think everybody should always keep an open mind, because you both could go,
absolutely.
well, if you like this, then maybe you should try this.
We do that all the time.
Yeah, sometimes I may go into a cigar shop and just see something that looks interesting.
Yeah.
I usually buy 2 because, you know, the first one, you kind of can, you kind of know if you like it, but that second one, you'll really know if you like it.
Right.
You know, so I usually
And then you're hoping you can get more.
Yeah, and I base, like I said, I base a lot of times just off the look.
Yeah.
How it looks.
That's what I've done. And
Yeah.
again, some of them I brought home before my husband, and he's like, what is this? And I said, see, you don't even know. I love it.
Right.
I'm introducing you to something. I don't know. It just looks good.
Yeah, sometimes it's the look.
So, okay, so we're going to walk you through as you step in the door, and we'll take you all the way through. Where do you think most people migrate? Is it in this space that we're in, or along the long side of the couches?
I would say this space, and then
Yeah, I love
also the they typically are in the middle.
In the middle?
Area.
Yeah.
In the
And I think
space.
it depends on the event,
Right.
because if it's a lot of sports on,
Yeah.
they'll kind of they'll come here first.
Yeah.
Then that way they have their own, you know, little section in TV.
Yeah, this does feel like a VIP section as a part of the rest of the lounge. So people do, and some people we've had, they'll stake out and they're like, oh,
It's
I'm
my
sitting
chair.
here and I'm not getting up. And
Yeah.
they don't get up.
Oh,
Or
really?
they'll put something in the chair, and especially
Nobody
if we're
can
like
feel
at
it.
a
Hold it.
festival or something like that. Oh yeah, they're not getting up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's TVs in here, folks, and there's a fireplace in here.
Yes.
Yes.
Are these things that you knew from the get-go that you wanted, or has anything evolved from a year and a half ago? Has anything changed?
Let's see. Well, we did change the cigars. How we put the cigars in the boxes.
Okay.
So we've added that element, but really, for the most part, everything is stayed the same.
Pretty
But I'm
much
sure
the
it's
same.
fun, because as you see different events and you hear people say, oh,
Yeah.
I love this. Oh, I'd actually like this.
Oh yeah.
We're all, as business owners, we're all smart to listen to that.
Oh,
Because we know
absolutely.
you're going to come back.
Yeah,
for
we
it.
do take
Yes.
heed. Yes.
Again, we're visiting with Mark and Samantha Robinson, the owners of LacyJean Mobile Cigar Lounge. We're going to take a break. I haven't asked the question of how did the name come about. Again, we're going to get to that when we return. Hi, it's Monica Adams. Thank you so much for following along with The Real Monica Adams Show. But I wanted to let you know there's so much more that I could do with you, your business, your corporation. Did you know that I'm a motivational speaker all around the world, as well as an MC and an auctioneer? So if you have an event, maybe a nonprofit organization, and you want to book me, just shoot me an email, info@therealmonicaadams.com. Welcome back to the Real Monica Adams Show inside of LacyJean Mobile Cigar Lounge. So it's mobile Monica with them mobile. We love it. It's so much that you can do. So they had that entrepreneurial spirit and said, let's do this. Mind you, they're also still working. They're doing this on the side, but sometimes all of a sudden it becomes, which I would love, it is so booked that you're like, all right, stepping away from my job. Oh, she's like, that would be interesting.
He's gone.
Okay, this would be her to say, okay, let's do this. They can travel to you. Again, there's so many levels of packages that you can custom create. We've talked about a lot of things. Again, bachelor parties, bachelorette parties, weddings, anniversaries, corporate events. That's what we would love to see more and more and more. It's that extra incredible VIP experience. I went into the break saying, where did the name come from?
Okay, the name. You want to do the name?
Oh, so the name came from my middle name is Lacy, her middle name is Jean, and that's how we put it together.
And
Lacy
so,
Jean.
did you know that from the beginning, or how long did it take? No.
No, really, we threw around, tossed around a couple of names or a few names, and we just wanted it to be us, about us, and it's something that flowed really well. And just when we said it, it's like it flows, it works.
That was it.
Yeah, and
As soon as we said it, it was like, that's it.
And I ran it past a couple family members, and they're like, "Oh yeah."
I love it. It definitely has this elevated feel.
And it makes
Otherwise,
you
it would have been like,
what is that?
Samar.
Right.
No.
No.
Marsum. No.
No.
LacyJean. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It's that chill you get of when you know, yes, it's worked.
Yeah.
So, I mentioned earlier, I think for the longest time when anybody would look at or think of a cigar, you always thought men. I'm remembering a friend that worked with me when I was in my WIL days, and I remember her going, I smoke cigars, wait, right? So I think still the percentage is probably higher than it is still men, but what do you think the percentage is? Or tell me this, in your business alone, in your last year and a half, what do you think the percentage has been women to men?
It's still largely men. 70-30.
70-30?
Yeah, I would
On
say
here.
so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that we've interacted with. Women do partake. Now, I will say this about women, which I love. Now, it doesn't have anything to do with the cigar smoking, but they are our biggest customers in terms of booking the lounge, because they're booking it for their spouses. They're booking it. That is who calls. Like men, I don't know what happens, but they see it, they like it, they're like, that's amazing, and then they don't follow up and make the call. The women do. We've had people chase us down on the highway before, like wherever we're going, like, hey, I need to talk to you. And it's the women. So
yeah,
they pull the trigger.
They do. So again, you name it as far as how large it can be.
Yeah.
But like how many people can fit inside of here?
You give the number, because every time I give it wrong.
So it's set up for 12.
Okay.
But then we can always add a few more seats. So you can probably get like 14.
I'm just thinking this is such a cool idea for
very
someone's
intimate,
birthday, anniversary, right? So when you're looking for something unique and you say, oh, this person has everything. No. Have this be a part of something for a bunch of guys getting together, a bunch of girls, a bunch of couples that are getting together.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't have to be a smoking event. It could be a non-smoking event.
It could be. Even with grooms, they don't oftentimes have a place to get dressed.
Yep.
Women do all the time, but the grooms do not. I don't think he got dressed at home. This would have been a cool thing when we got married. So he did.
How long have you two been married?
Going on 7 years.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, you would have loved to have had this.
Yeah. And so, yes, for sure. So this could be something for that. You know, that the venue doesn't allow for that. Why not have this, you know?
I'm also thinking, you know, I don't know if they do it anymore, but you think back of when someone was having a baby and then they all would pass cigars around.
Absolutely.
Is that still something that you're hearing from people of, hey, let's do that?
Mm-hmm. We've had a couple of baby shower requests, but baby showers are a little different now. Things are a little different now.
It's
so
much
not
different.
as much as you.
But hey, you could bring it back.
You could bring it back.
It is, to me, I remember when I was a little girl, I was like, what's happening? And all the guys would get cigars.
And we can personalize
them. That's where I was going with it. You
Absolutely.
can personalize it, and then you can have an experience with that altogether.
That's right.
So before we wrap up, let's address the person who's never had one of these in their hands.
Sure.
And has never thought, I don't know, I'm not a cigar smoker. Yeah. How do you get them, how do you ease them in? Women and men both.
Usually something sweet is going to be less intimidating.
Yeah.
You know, versus what I have in my hand.
Sure.
You don't just jump right to the big one.
You can.
You go all in.
If you like the deep end, dive in.
Yeah.
But yeah, normally something sweet or something mild, just to kind of get them to say, oh, okay, this isn't bad.
Yeah,
I could
think
maybe
it
do
smells
this.
amazing.
Yeah, you don't want to scare them away.
Right.
You know, you want them to come back. And again, you got to start with, just like wine, you typically start with the sweeter wines, and then you go from there. So we definitely like to do the same thing with the cigars, and then walk them through the process, the cutting, the lighting, the whole experience, and ensure that they do not inhale.
That was my last part.
Because we don't want you to get sick, and then you're like, I'll never touch a cigar again. So we've heard that. And so, yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole art to it, by the way. Just as much as we talk about wine, and when you do start with sweet and then you evolve,
absolutely.
If you go back to the way it was, you're like, what was I thinking?
Never, ever.
Right. I don't want that. So,
and she did the same with cigars.
Yep.
She started with, I guess those sweet ones, and then now it's like.
Do you have sweet ones on the?
We do. We sell them.
We
sell
them.
People still love them.
And then and so maybe that's how you start, and then you can say, well, where would I evolve from here, or do I just jump in? So I would say the same thing. We have white wine drinkers, and we're like, if they want to be introduced to red, a lot of times it's a Pinot Noir, a little bit more mild, not necessarily big. I went big and bold and have never turned back. So I don't know. I might have to sit here with you, Mark, and go all the way in.
All the way in.
All right, Mark, I'm going to learn from the pro. I don't even know where to begin with this because I always watch my husband, but I've never done it for him. Okay. So you're going to teach me how to cut it, light it, and not inhale.
Okay, I'll try my best. I'll try
He's
my
like, I
best.
can do everything, but not. You got to do the right part about not inhaling.
I'll try my
So,
best.
okay, what do we do for cutting?
So, this is a straight cut or guillotine cut.
Okay.
It'll just cut it straight off.
Okay.
You do have other cuts, like even my lighter has a hole punch.
Okay, just puts a punch
Puts a
into
hole in the top
it. Okay.
without cutting it, and then you also have a V cut, and it just slices pretty much like a slice in it.
And so is that just preference?
It's preference. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are we
Pretty
going
much
to do today?
I guess today we'll go with the guillotine or
Okay.
the straight cut.
Okay, show me.
Straight cut. So all the cigars have what they call a cap.
Cap.
See that
Okay.
line that goes around?
Yep.
Some are double cap. Like this one has two.
Okay.
So you don't want to cut the full cap off, or the cigar will start to
Unravel.
unravel.
Gotcha.
So you only want to cut. Take your time.
Just the top.
Just the top. And when you cut it, you want to snip it fast.
Okay.
You don't want to do it slow, because then you'll kind of like bend it instead of just cutting it off.
Gotcha.
And well, that one broke. I think I just hit it with my finger. But anyway,
He's nervous for the camera.
No,
I'm
no.
just kidding.
that won't hurt it, because you still got
Uh-oh.
more than one cap. So some people toast their cigars first.
Toasting it.
To me, that's a waste of lighter fluid
That's just for the camera.
when you could just enjoy.
See, it just looks cool, doesn't it, folks? This is how you get started. And then he
So-
did not inhale.
A little.
Oh, he just a little. Okay, so it also is preference on what kind of lighter someone wants to use.
Yeah, some people like, so it has 3 burners.
Mhm.
I think that has, what, 3 or 4?
4.
Some people
Looks
like
like
singles.
bullets.
Yeah, some people like singles.
Okay.
I mean, it's all personal preference. It all depends on what you like.
So these are all cool things that people obviously can purchase for the cigar lovers in their lives.
Yes, yes.
All right, you're going to make me do this? Zach's going to do one as well, by the way.
Okay, Zach.
Okay,
You're next.
so you're going to
So
do
you're
it for me?
gonna puff and blow, puff, blow, puff, blow, puff, blow.
Puff,
Don't
blow.
puff and don't do the opposite.
So in, out.
Just
Right?
No, it's like a puff.
I got that in me. Okay, we'll see if I do this right.
We'll
Otherwise, I might be sick tonight.
Nah, you won't be sick.
Okay.
It's not that bad. Puff, blow. There you go.
Is that look cool, Zach?
Yeah.
He's like, it kind of does.
That's it.
But how do you keep it going? You have to keep
got
doing
a
that.
little more. Yep, just a little more.
My husband, are you getting excited?
Now
He
you
is
gotta-
kind of,
Go ahead. That's it.
That's good.
that's it.
There you
And
go.
then you pair it with
something.
a little bourbon, a little
Whatever.
scotch, whiskey. What do you
Yeah.
prefer?
I'm not a drinker.
Oh, okay.
I like
So it's-
coffee.
You like coffee and a
I
cigar?
See?
My husband's
I
giving
love
that.
coffee. You giving a thumbs up with that?
Oh, it's still there. I
It's
still got it
there.
going.
Oh, it's still going.
Look, we talked about sweet ones. I chose to not go for the sweet.
No.
I went
no.
medium. I didn't go as dark as he does or
No.
as bold as he does.
No,
But
that's
these are
bold.
the sweet guys. I was told that one of these is chocolate and berry, and it's called Fat Bottom Betty.
That's it.
You gotta love it. Look, that's our tutorial. That's how you do it. Trust me, if you pay attention to my reels, you're gonna see Zach doing this as well.
So you want to take off the ribbon.
Ribbon.
That's it.
Okay.
What kind does
Oh,
he
might
have,
be-
Mark?
He has a leather rose.
Leather rose.
Yeah.
This is the
Smoked
first
pretty
one,
good.
right, Zach?
Yeah, the very first ever time I've smoked a cigar.
So same.
Turn your hand over.
Now turn your.
Don't eat it.
Sweet. Don't eat it.
Now,
Cheers.
Go
all right,
the way
folks.
in.
I want you to book them. I want you to share this show. Doesn't this sound cool? There are so many levels of what you dream it, and then they'll deliver it for you.
Absolutely.
LacyJean Mobile Cigar Lounge. Tell them again where they can find you.
Yes, again, so we are on Instagram. It is LacyJean Mobile Cigar Lounge. And then we are on Facebook, LacyJean Entertainment. You can DM us, or you can also email us at LacyJean04 at gmail.com as well.
And then what's the easiest way to book? Is it through the email or just DM?
I would say the easiest way to book is DM or
Okay.
the email, actually. So
Fantastic.
either one of those.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they will roll it all out for you. There's also, my husband was asking, because you utilize every aspect of the space, you can take that awning and roll that out as well, right?
Yes.
That comes out, and then we add additional furniture. So folks like to come in and out and enjoy the lounge experience outside as well. So we offer that option too.
I want you all to think, because it's big, these parties that take place with sporting events. World Cup coming up,
Absolutely.
June, July. Be thinking about those parties you might be having, or maybe you have a business and you're like, oh, yeah, we don't allow smoking inside, but hey, they can roll up and be a part of this for us.
That's right.
Super Bowl party, I'm guessing, was probably pretty big for people as well.
We've done one Super Bowl.
Stanley Cup, Major League Baseball, World Series, you name it.
Absolutely.
Think big and let this be a big part of your next big event. Thank you so much for letting us
Thank you.
experience
Thank
this.
Thank
Now you don't pass it around. You can light it up and take a puff. And don't inhale.
That's it.
LacyJean Mobile Cigar Lounge. Again, Samantha and Mark Robinson. It's been so much fun. If you want us to bring the show on the road, Mobile Monica for you, shoot me an email, info@therealmonicaadams.com. Don't go anywhere. We'll wrap up the Real Monica Adams show next. Okay, was that not fun? What do you all think? Now that you've seen that, has it given you ideas for really unique items as gifts for, again, Mother's Day just a few days away, Father's Day coming up in June. As we mentioned, weddings, anniversaries, you're thinking about something really cool to get someone that you think has everything. And I love the fact that, as Mark said, it doesn't have to be a cigar event. It could just be that you're all gathering together, they set it all up outside. Again, you dream it up and they'll make it. So share this. Audra just said, I love this segment. You're welcome, Audra. Now this makes me laugh. Madeline says, I cannot believe in these later years, Monica, you're not the same girl I used to know in Festus. Well, I was 23 at that time, obviously. Glad you got on the wild side. I don't know who I was at 23. I still had the wild side. Maybe I didn't show it back then. Now I get to be my real self. It obviously has very much improved your lifestyles for the rich and famous. I'm definitely not that, and that is not that, by the way. So the whole aspect of Mobile Cigar Lounge, not for the rich and famous, it's literally for everyone. It's just a cool, unique space that they have created. Such great vision. Samantha and Mark, I really loved this. In our 3.5 years, I think of some of my favorites, and I think this will go down as one of them. I have to share this. I like the behind the scenes stuff. It was such a tight space to get our full-on production equipment in there, the lighting, all the cameras. I want to thank Zak Kimball and my dear husband, who again is the cigar smoker, because he played a role in all the stuff we did for social media. I did put a reel out yesterday. We've got more from the behind the scenes that I think you're going to love as well. But yeah, getting all of that into that Mobile Cigar Lounge was not the easiest, and look how Zak did such an incredible job. So kudos to you, Zak, for shooting. Kudos to you for Jim for helping out. And then, was it not fun? Did you all think that we would do it? I'm sure. Again, my tease was like, will we or will we not? Zak, so cute. In fact, that all came about because Zak's like, I would try one. And I'm like, you are? Okay, then I guess I'll do it too. Linda, hope you have a nice day as well. Karen just said, woohoo, you did it. Yes, I did. Amanda, I cannot wait to introduce you to our audience in June. She said, what a cool idea. Definitely will be keeping this in mind. Yes, Karen said, I was waiting for you to puff it, Monica. I did it for you. Did it for the show. Stephanie said, this is cool. We had a cigar room at the Embassy Suites where she used to work. Yes. Babs, good morning from Francis Park. Hope you're having a great start to your day as well. Beautiful morning for sure. I love the fact that the sun is out. It makes us all feel a little bit better, right? Continues with that positivity. Well, by the way, that's how we do when you hear about these mobile Monicas. Sometimes they're live, and then other times, again, if there's a lot of moving parts to it, we will go and we'll shoot it, and then we'll turn it into this really cool business spotlight that I make part of our live show. So where would you like us to go next? I mentioned we do have a mobile Monica. It's coming up on Monday. It'll be at noon at Barrel House, and I mentioned them earlier. That is our last in the month of May, because then we're going into, obviously, the holiday, and then we'll get into June. So we're booking for June right now. If you are interested, shoot me a message at info@therealmonicaadams.com. That's for the mobile Monicas and the business spotlights. If you want to think of being a part of a great segment, you can be a regular sponsor, like our ongoing sponsors. Again, I want you to thank Yuppie Puppy Pet Spa. We'll be back with Jessica Cook for Positive Talk Time next Thursday. We also have JG Optimal Wellness Wellness, who was just on with us this past Monday. She'll be back in a couple of weeks. We have spas and more, and I'm excited. You all know Michelle Harmon, who's one of my best friends. She and her husband have made the decision to pull the trigger and take care of themselves when it comes to the wellness aspect and just enjoying the beauty of their own view inside of a hot tub. So they're going over to spas and more. Let me talk about them in just a second. These are all the people, I should say, that you want to thank. Defiance Ridge Vineyards, I just mentioned a gorgeous weekend. Head out to the wineries, and when you do, please either stay there the whole day or at least go in and experience Defiance Ridge Vineyards. Dot Fleshman Realty, back on with us in June. Childress Legal Nurse Consulting, on with us in a couple of weeks. She and her son-in-law, Dr. Christian Schmidt, will be in, by the way, for a Testament Tuesday. Garden View Care Center, and I'm going to talk about them right now. Exist Stretch, Exist Fitness, Life Exists, Fenton Family Dentistry, as I mentioned, just joining us, and we get a chance to know their story first and foremost. On Monday, that'll be the first time you'll be seeing Abe. He'll be coming in and talking about Fenton Family Dentistry on our Medical Monday. So as I always ask you, support those that support us, this ongoing list of incredible sponsors, and then all the wonderful people that have booked us for the last 3.5 years for our mobile Monicas. Okay, so I talked about Garden View. They will be back on with us. We are actually going there next Tuesday to shoot a really cool piece at their Chesterfield location. Garden View, just a beautiful place that, again, when it comes time to say, I can't take care of myself anymore, I want someone else to. Or you get to a point going, I don't want to deal with all the landscaping and the grass. I just want somebody else to enjoy it, to take care of it. And I want to enjoy my best years doing these incredible activities with amazing people that truly care about you. Not just the people that work there, but also those that are there. Garden View Care Centers, by the way, they have 3 locations. Look at this. Doesn't it just look like a happy place? It is. My mother was there for a couple of weeks after she broke her femur, and they truly cared about her. O'Fallon, Doherty Ferry, and Chesterfield, Missouri. Cannot wait to introduce you to them on a whole new level. We've had an opportunity to go and meet some of the team over at the Doherty Ferry location. Now we're going to Chesterfield, and we'll eventually end up at O'Fallon as well. And I keep saying, there are so many testimonials. In fact, one of them was from a lady or a person. They said they signed it L&P. We'd like to express our heartfelt thanks to all the caregivers and staff that made Nancy's stay so comfortable to her and for us. Your friendliness and concern for our family will be remembered by us as we come together to celebrate her life. Because you think about anybody that played a role in making those years or the final days even, happy for them and knowing that they have value. That's what I want to make sure you know. Michelle said, I just sent Max off to his last day of high school. Oh, wow. That's a big one. I bet you she has tears in her eyes. Yeah, for all of you mothers and fathers, I know it's coming down to the final days. Becca told us he's got just less than a couple of weeks left. So we can't wait to visit with Becca tomorrow. This is the time they get into all of their final exams, or it's for those seniors. It's coming to an end, and then it's off to college or off to trades or off to, again, for many, they don't go on to school and they're just like, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. It's such an amazing time. The entrepreneurial spirit is taken over more than ever. Okay, we promise you always a devotional as we wrap things up here. This one's from Bloom and Grow on May 7th, The Limits of Beauty. But he replied, my gift of undeserved grace is all you need. My power is strongest when you're weak. So if Christ keeps giving me his power, I will gladly brag about how weak I am. That's 2 Corinthians 12, verse 9. So the late spring bloom is a gift to the eyes, the nose, and the ears, if you like birdsong. I relish the loveliness from the tiniest insect to the grandeur of an electrical storm. But just as the garden explodes in a riot of color, I fret about its brevity. Scarcity sweetens the prize, but it leaves me wanting more. For all the daily focus on how our gardens and landscapes look compared to our neighbors, right? The comparison. An appreciation for loveliness can feel more like a burden than a blessing. We've come to gauge beauty by how it nears perfection, but that too is subjective. Busy tormenting ourselves with misplaced expectations, we miss what can satiate the perpetual lust for something even better. We will bloom, then we will certainly mature and decline. When will we believe the truth about beauty? God's heart is satisfied by Jesus' sacrifice and the love we can now freely share. The only thing that can satisfy me as his child then is the lasting beauty of restoration to God's perfect love. And until I too am perfected in love, My chasing after beauty, whether to create, appreciate, or embody it, had best take a back seat. Here's a one to grow on. Why would God give you an appreciation for physical beauty if his priority is a different sort of beauty altogether? Father God, the balance eludes me. I need your wisdom to create and celebrate beauty while keeping it secondary to love. Amen. I really like this one, right? The bloom to grow, and we're in that beautiful blooming season. Right now, it's probably one of my favorites as I drive around and see everybody's gorgeous flowers and just think, I need somebody to do my landscaping. Have a good day as well, Stephanie. All of you, I hope you enjoyed today's show. Now do us a favor and share it with all of your followers, your family, your friends. Show them this really cool feature we did today on LacyJean Mobile Cigar Lounge. Definitely a first for the Real Monica Adams Show. Tomorrow, by the way, another first. The executive chef of the fabulous Fox Theater will join us, as well as one of the performers in Spamalot, which we had a chance to go see at the Fox last night. It opened up, by the way, on Wednesday. Runs through the 17th. If you've never seen it and you like Monty Python humor, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, it's what it's based on, you will truly love this. About two and a half hours, or shy of 2.5 hours, and it will run, as I mentioned, through the 17th. Instead of just bringing one of the performers in and talking like we normally do, came up with a creative idea of what if we make some Spam? So tomorrow's Foodie Friday. I know you're all like, are you serious, Monica? Oh yeah, I am. We're going to make Spam fried rice with pineapple. So it's got that Hawaiian feel to it. That is our feature for a Foodie Friday. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. All right, everybody, enjoy this gorgeous sunshine. Have a great day. Hope you've enjoyed the positivity and the laughter and the inspiration we've provided you today. Come on back for more tomorrow. From now till then, be kind. God bless.
The Real Monica Adams Show is brought to you by Exist Stretch. Stop by for your free consultation and 30-minute introductory stretch today.